If you've ever done a mindset work where you've shifted your thinking, changed that story, found a better perspective, and felt generally good for a while, but then find yourself a week later repeating that same pattern, I want you to know, my friend, that is a sign. A sign that there is deeper work to do. Today, I want to tell you specifically why and what has to happen for the change to actually hold. Hey, my friend, Danny Simonis here, and I work with self aware women who have done the inner work and are still finding themselves running the same pattern. Today, we're talking about why and what changes when the work goes to the deeper layer. My friend, buckle on in because we're getting started. All right, so let's talk mindset work first. Mindset work is absolutely amazing. Reframes are real, they are great. They have the ability to notice a thought, a question, and choose something different. Choose a different perspective, right? That is a powerful skill that you have learned on this journey of becoming a conscious leader, of doing the inner work, personal development. My friend, amazing. Mindsets have helped millions of people, me included, and it has a ceiling. That ceiling is one of I don't know if a lot of people talk about this ceiling, but we're going to talk about it today because I see this in personal development spaces where people are teaching mindset work, mindset reframes, and there's another layer to this. And when I was on my own mindset journey, I discovered the deeper layer and I have not gone back. So here's the reason mindset reframes operate at the mental level, your thoughts. This is you working with your conscious mind. That's the part of you that can observe the belief, that can evaluate it, and decide to think differently. That layer is beautiful, but that is not where the pattern actually lives. So you can reframe or reshift the mind all you want. But if we're not getting to the deeper layer where it actually lives, that's why you're finding yourself repeating the same pattern over and over. So let me explain this a little bit more. Underneath every single thought, every belief that you hold about yourself, about what's safe, what's not safe, what you're allowed to do, what you're allowed to have, there is something that happened before that. And that is the original decision. It's not something that you chose on the conscious level. That's the belief. The decision is formed in your nervous system. And it is in response to something that's happened, some experience, whether it was a traumatic experience or not. There are decisions that you have made. Now, I will say our trauma experiences, 100%, we made decisions about the world. And even something as simple as one little tiny thing that seems insignificant actually has an original decision behind it as well. So, if we are talking about this original decision, this is the operating system, meaning what I like to call your inner authority. What is the authority of all things? What is running the show? And if we are not touching the original decision when we are doing this mindset work and these reframes, it's not going anywhere. So, the belief that came after that original decision, your mind making meaning of what happened, of what the nervous system had already decided. So, it goes like this. The decision the belief, the pattern or behavior. Okay. So you've got the decision that you make, which is 100% connected to identity. You've got the belief that was formed from this decision, this identity. Now, this belief, and now this belief is what causes you to then do this action. So when you've reframed this a belief, great, this belief is happening, and now the action is going to change, right? The behavior is going to change, but that can only last so long because what's actually running during this belief pattern behavior step is the original decision. So my original decision, let's say, was that it's not safe. Not safe to have money. It's not safe to be in a relationship. It's not safe to put yourself out there. It's not safe to be visible. Whatever that might be, it's not safe, right? Is the decision. I might even pull it into I am not safe. I am not safe in a relationship. I am not safe I'm not safe to have money, right? It's not safe to have money because people are going to come after you, right? All of these beliefs come after that decision that is on the identity. If you hear the words I am, anytime you hear the words I am, whatever is after that is attaching to self, is attaching to identity. Okay. So if you're saying I am not safe, right? It is not safe for me to do this thing. I have this decision that I've made. It's not safe to have money in the world. Let's go with that one. It's not safe to have money in the world. If I say that, that's my decision. If that's my, what could be called a command, if I'm commanding this upon my conscious mind, it is not safe to have money. If I even think of that, oh, it sounds horrible. It's scary, right? That means my belief is I can't have money. Money should not come to me, right? Is what I'm actually saying. I'm saying that me and money, it's not safe. Like, why would I want that, right? So all these beliefs that come from, it's not safe to have money, right? Because X, Y, and Z, those are all the beliefs. And those beliefs then cause actions. That means if I get money, it's got to go away. I can't hold on to it. I can't have the money because if I have the money, then it's not going to be safe. This is why we can reframe it and I can be like, okay, it is safe for me to have money. I am calling in money. Money is my friend, right? I did this for a long time. Me and money used to battle. And so I used to say it all the time. We're battling. We're not friends, right? And so I would say, like, okay, money, we're going to be friends. And I was working at it from that space of like, money is my friend now. We like to hang out and do cool things together. Money likes to go and stay in my account for a while, right? I can have those reframes about money. But if my original decision in my nervous system is saying that it is, you are not going to be safe, Danny, if you have money, my friend, no matter what I do, it's still going to come back. So I can do this for a bit. I can really work and try, but then that cycle goes back and it repeats. So your reframes are working out the belief level. What I want you to consider is, what is the original decision? Let's do the work there, because then when you shift the original decision, you actually start to see it in other areas of your life. My clients tell me this all the time is when we shift a specific thing around, let's say safety. Safety is a big thing for people. People don't feel safe in whatever it might be, my friend. If you don't feel safe to lose the weight, if you don't feel safe to gain the weight, if you don't feel safe to be in a relationship, if you don't feel safe to have love, if you don't feel safe to have money, if you don't feel safe to fulfill your calling, your mission, your purpose in this life, my friend, none of that is going to happen. So if I start to work on safety and I start to feel safe in my body and I start working at safety in maybe even just one area of my life, it's going to start affecting all the other areas. So if you are trying to advance in your business, in your career, and you keep finding yourself hitting that plateau, friend, That's the call. That's the sign that it's time to go into the deeper work, to hit it at the decision level. So, my friend, reframes are going to help you change your experience in the moment. You can catch it if you're going down that negative thinking, that down negative alley, if you're spiraling, you can reframe it, interrupt that pattern. And that, my friend, is so freaking useful. It's one of the best things that you can do. Don't stop doing that. But what reframes can't do is they can't get to the original decision. They can't do that. They can't shift the nervous system. And my friend, if you want the lasting change, hit it at the original decision. All right, my friend, when you work at the original decision, when the nervous system is able to evaluate a situation and actually shift it, that's, my friend, is where the pattern changes, where you don't have to manage that pattern anymore or hope that it worked this time. The new belief that you're trying to hold doesn't have to fight. We get to just be. So, my friend, it's time to not just sit there and reframe all day, and to take the next step and figure out what are your original decisions. We have usually about 3 to 5 decisions that we made about ourselves, about the world, about others. And when we can find what those 3 to 5 are, my friend, you'll know how to shift everything in your entire life. If you've been doing that mindset and you are consistently still hitting that same pattern and you're ready to change that, my friend, the deeper level is calling you. It's a sign. If you needed one, there you go. And if you want to understand what that looks like for you specifically, there is a link down below to hop on a call with me, my inner authority call. We'll find out what is running the show for you, and we'll figure out what the next steps are. And remember to keep shining your unique light.